My name is Chris. This is BattleRap.com. We're just having a discussion about
Can I put my
eminent
arm here?
quotes. You can
Or do you
do.
feel-
I mean, not until you're the Canadian. Not until you're the champion of
Okay.
Canada.
Hands on my knees.
Yeah. If you in fact get to be champion of
The
Canada.
way you said it made it seem kind of inevitable, which I dig. Listen. Ilmac fancies himself to be a chess player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check out this. My first King of the Dot battle that I ever did was against Nils. And in the beginning of the
your
battle,
first one?
I ever did, because I was supposed to battle Miracle before that, but he never showed up. So World Domination 2, I battled Nils.
the
First battle
ballsiest
ever.
opening line that I can think of.
Yeah, very ballsy. But even before that, my pre-battle interview is when I said, Rone baby the prince, soon to be the king. I said that about myself at the time. Fast forward a couple years, I start working for BattleRap.com a little bit, doing some interviews for BattleRap.com.
Mostly volunteer work, but you know we
But
appreciate
whatever,
it.
work, it's work. You know what I mean? Almost entirely volunteer work. But a little bit after that, BattleRap.com names me the #1 rapper of 2015. A little bit after that.
Halfway through the year.
But,
Yeah, it was mid-year. Yeah.
That's not what the headline said, or maybe it is. But maybe
Said so far.
Regardless. And a little bit after that, I got the King of the Dot title match. Who's really playing chess? Call myself the king. Put myself on the place that ranks battle rappers. Become one of the top ranked battle rappers. Become the king. Who's playing chess?
So what you're saying is that you owe it all to BattleRap.com.
Partially. Partially is what I'm saying. Partially I owe it all to you guys. But yeah, I think that it's gonna be, man. I think it's gonna be a real interesting match, man. I've had trouble gauging the energy of it. You know what I mean? Like I like he and I have like a weird like dynamic between us. You know what I mean?
You're like what's a good example? Like tortoise and the hare.
I mean, but it's not because both of us are strategic. You know what I mean?
You're like. Hold on, I got it.
Okay.
You're like Tigger and Eeyore.
I'm Tigger. All right, I'm good with that, man. Because fucking, I see that. That's not bad. I've been.
He's not that glum, really,
but he is kind of glum, and especially in our video blogs, like it portrayed him to be this like subdued, like calculating, thoughtful guy, and like I like positive myself as this like wild and crazy guy, you know what I mean? Which is, he's not as calm as he seems. Like he's like a funny guy, and I'm not as like fucking unruly and wild as I made myself seem in that. So there's a middle ground between that, but like I think both of us are trying to be strategic about it and find out like where we can find weaknesses in the other.
Yeah. I think what I'm really excited about in this battle is that the two of you come at a battle on a very personal level with your angles against your opponent. And that's something that we don't often see in battle rap anymore. Often it's guys that don't know each other, that don't dislike each other, or who are just trying to like write better punches than their opponents. And we're kind of, that super personal is like kind of like a King of the Dot, 2012, 13, 14 era, and also like older grind time stuff, because it was such a close-knit community that guys knew each other well enough that they were able to like take each other's heads off.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing both of you kind of like angle at each other, character assassinate each other, and also the very clear style clash that you guys have, which you just mentioned the difference.
Yeah, I think that what you were just saying about going personally at him and referencing his history was like a delicate line that I tried to watch, because Iron Solomon was just saying in his interview that battle rap has become a very self-referential type of thing. And like I know marketing myself, or I know in battles that I do that I don't really like to talk about extensive bits of history that will alienate certain newer fans, and that's why like a lot of people who are coming into battle rap are being like, that's why Rone got me into battle rap and stuff like that. So it's like I want to.
They hate fat people so much that they're like, that's what I'm about.
Imagine how much they're gonna hate short people. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that like my challenge was constructing stuff that told the narrative that I see about him without becoming so bogged down and stodgy with like all these like stories, or like the time when you met like Jason in 2014, you know what I mean? Like there might be like one or two like of those, but like for the most part it's like something that everybody will be able to appreciate, and that's what I was kind of trying to go for, with still having that very personal, like I haven't told like my bars to a lot of people. I told it to my 2 roommates, my girlfriend, my dad, and Real Deal. Those are the people that I've told the bars to or whatever. But they said like the most comparisons I've been getting to is like the Awkwards battle, where it is like a very personal, very attacking, incisive, deliberate type style. And that's what I intend to bring, you know.
Did your dad throw any like ghostwritten bars your way?
Yeah, man. His one was like he was like, call him a faggot. I was like, Dad. But he was like, do it. Trust me, son. Yeah. Call him a faggot. He'll dig it. The people will love it. I was like, all right, Pops, whatever you say, man.
It's very of right now.
Yeah, right. It's timely.
What else can we talk about? Obviously, we'll talk about the battle and everything else. We'll try to get after the battle's happened.
Right.
But we'll try to get this interview out before that battle happens. So let's talk about Blackout. What are you looking forward to? Which names are exciting to you?
Man, I think that seeing names of people who have previously not done as well as they could have on King of the Dot could mean good things. You know what I mean? Like if a guy like T-Rex, whose last King of the Dot battle wasn't so good, Blackout was his last battle. Yeah. It was kind of forgettable in a sea of pretty memorable battles. Mm-hmm. Or like a guy like Arsenal, whose last Blackout battle wasn't as good. Seeing guys like that who want to kind of prove themselves, or even a guy like Jonai, whose last battle wasn't as good, and you hope that they want to kind of prove themselves. But like with a guy like T-Rex or with a guy like Arsenal, you run the risk of them just taking it for a paycheck, which it seemed like that's what Organic was worried about, that people were just going to be taking shit for a paycheck, and that's why he's kind of curated this card the way that it is. And I definitely applaud that. I think that that's like important, and especially to bring in new talent, because it's like when you rinse like the same like 16 names against the same 16 names, it's like, man, it gets kind of fucking boring, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, I think exactly. is how it goes.
Well said, man. You're a smart guy, Chris.
I can pull out a cliche every once in a while. Got metaphors.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
So, speaking of Rex and Arsenal, who, from a lot of the fans who were clicking the thumbs down button on their announcement videos, I think that people fail to realize, first of all, their importance in the game, just in general. And if you look at what Rex has done in the last year, it's like, well, maybe you wouldn't get that excited about it, but if you've seen what he's done in 15 years, he's a guy that has never really taken time off. He's been active in every era. He's also a guy that's had really good performances. I thought he was great against T-Top. Recently at Summer Madness 5, I thought he was great against Rum Nitty at Total Slaughter.
He's been battling from his teens into
Gladiator
his 30s.
Squad, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's been battling for so long, and it's like the people like I appreciate every single fan I have, and I hate to rail against fans or like be like, oh, fans don't get this or fans don't do this, but like at a point, like what people are so spoiled that like maybe someone needs to, maybe we all need to retire for fucking 5 years just so people can fucking appreciate what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, let a bunch of new people come in and see how much you like it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not enjoying, like, people have just seen so much talent like for fucking free for so long, and I mean, we're all spoiled. You know, I'm a fan, you're a fan. You know what I mean? We are definitely spoiled. You know, we watch probably fewer battles, or it's harder to watch battles. You know what I mean? Because we just have seen such an outpouring of talented people.
And it's tough too to be a commentator because you've seen so much. It's easier to poke holes of like, oh, I've heard that bar.
Yeah,
This angle's been done before. So if, as a fan who's just watching casually, you can be like, it was so great, and I loved it for all these reasons. It's like, well, actually, you're wrong, because those reasons are all played out. So it's like, I have to take into account that, no one watches as many battles, or very few people watch as many battles as I do. So
real,
it's
That's
like
a testament to, and honestly, man, I don't know how you do it because like I try to watch new battles, and it's like even of people of whom I'm fans, because I'm just as spoiled. You know what I mean? Like I just like I can't get through it. I like lose like the some of the like luster of it. You know what I mean? But that is why you need guys like me around who are going to bring in this other fan base and who are going to grab people who aren't naturally battle rap fans, who will have something maybe go viral. And that's what I was talking about before. I never necessarily tried to go viral, but like when I say something that isn't just in the insulated battle community, that opens up so many doors for other people to come through and be like, oh, I appreciate that because like he's making fun of something I can get.
Yeah, keep going.
So, like,
and one of the most impressive things is you didn't have to take a shit anywhere. In public.
Yeah, that to get credit. That's not to say I haven't taken a shit in public because I had a breakfast pizza this morning that didn't really sit well with me. No matter how many Biscoff cookies I got on the plane, it didn't settle my stomach.
Fly Porter?
Delta. What's Porter?
Porter's the short stint East Coast. It might not go to Philly, but it's
Man,
like
how happy
New
are
York.
you that you got a home game, man?
So happy.
You didn't have to fly anywhere.
I haven't traveled for more than 2 months for battle rap. I actually haven't seen a battle live since Perfect Day to Die, so December 13th. So It's been 2 months since I've been to a battle event.
So you must have like a renewed energy in battle rap, man.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. You know what's crazy, man? I battled to kind of ensure that I would get this title match. I had to battle so much under the King of the Dot banner. You know what I mean? It's not like had to, you know what I mean? Like it's a mutually beneficial relationship. I'm promoting myself, making money. They're getting content for their stuff, getting good battles and stuff like that. But like I haven't battled since the Pat Stay battle, and it's been a long time since I had a long gap. Like I've been I would write for 3 weeks and then battle. Write for 3 weeks, then battle. But my best battles have always come when I write for a long time before them, or like there's like a backlog of information and lots of bars. And luckily I have that in this battle. So it's going to be like I was able to write like, 17 pages of material and like shorten it down to like 5 pages of material.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I was able to like weed out the shit. You know what I mean? And in some of my last battles, there was shit. Like I'm not gonna fucking lie about that. You know what I mean? I haven't
Well, give me an example of a shit bar that made it into a final product.
I'll tell you what, man. I haven't watched the 2-on-2 battle, compliment battle. I haven't watched. And you watch everything. I haven't watched the fucking Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner battle. I haven't watched. I'd never watched the Goods battle. I never have watched the Kid Twist battle. And I feel like I've never watched the Daylight battle all the way through.
Last year was just trash.
The Daylight battle. Not even that it was trash. I did incredible in the Daylight battle, but I never watched it all the way through. Like the last battles of mine that I watched were like Thesaurus and Big T. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like DNA. You know what I mean? Like I not even like from a point of hubris or I don't like. I just haven't watched the battles. You know what I mean? Like
that Thesaurus battle. I was a little disappointed how few people were calling it battle of the year, or one of the battles of the year. I don't think it even made our list of top 10. You and Big T did. It's not just like my opinion or BattleRap.com's opinion. We ask, we look at every forum, we look at every Facebook group, we ask different people, and it just like that was my personal one of my favorite battles of the year was you and Thesaurus. Great energy, and I thought it translated to camera very well too. I
think that was. I think the fact that Thesaurus battled Fresco later in the year, and he and I have like obvious like visual similarities. You know what I mean? It's like Thesaurus against like new like kind of like skinny.
You and Thesaurus have visual similarities?
No, me and Fresco do. You know what I mean? Or it's just like it seemed like that battle kind of replaced my and his battle in people's consciousness. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like that didn't even happen.
Recency
Which is
bias.
like I'm not even fucking like this will like if I want to be battle of the year in 2016, I better battle in the second half of the year. You know what I mean? Because people fucking forget. You know what I mean? People just don't care as much. So
recency bias.
It really is. That's another just.
That being said, too, Fresco and Thesaurus was a phenomenal battle.
Oh my god! And I'm not taking away from that. You know what I mean? It would like it replace it like worthily so. You know what I mean? Fresco fucking did incredible.
And we were in the room for that battle, and I think we both had a vote for which battles should be chosen as battles of the night. Right. And I mean we both said that battle, but the battle that won battle of the night that night was Caustic and Big K. But it's funny how like once all the dust is settled, in retrospect, now fans are saying like Thesaurus versus Fresco is the higher rated battle.
Right, which is interesting. I guess like the energy or the contentiousness of that Caustic Big K battle kind of played into it. You know what my like sleeper battle from that event is that I fucking loved? The Only One. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god! Especially like writing, because Only One and Illmaculate are similar as far as backgrounds and like things that they've done in their life. And so like the way that Reverse Live like attacked Only One about his about that he's a farmer like selling weed. Like I like that's the mark of good writing as another writer, being like, man, I wish I fucking thought of that. Like that's just fucking like that's a perfect way to skewer that whole lane, and it almost like took it off the table for me, because it's like, man, even if if like 10% of the people see that battle as compared to what see my people or what see my battle, like he's already just like done this angle perfectly.
Yeah. Why is it that you think that Reverse hasn't reached that level that a lot of his colleagues on the Fresh Coast have? Because I think that, you know, he's had some like such good performances. He's always on our slept on battles of the year list. Him and Madflex was on in 2014. Him and Step Easy was on it in 2015. Him and Only One, criminally underviewed battle for the quality of it.
And this is a question that I'll throw back at you. Is he like newer than the rest of the? Is like who came after him on the West Coast that is popular?
Like, I feel like he's in all of those photos of the early Fresh Coast.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like Diz, Saurus, Ilmac, Fredo, and Reverse, and other guys. So it's just weird that, like, I guess that he didn't have any. I can't think back to any like early day classics that he really excelled in. If he didn't have big moments or something.
The Bay 1. He battled at Battle of the Bay 1, and it was like, like some people just don't have the transcendent moment, you know what I mean? Which is like, it's no slight to him, you know what I mean? It actually might be a testament to him that he has stayed within himself and like hasn't whored himself out, you know what I mean? Right. Or like done some like shit outside of his character. But like, I mean, anybody like we all know how fucking good he is. Yeah. We all know all the battlers.
That said, too, he's often referencing things that, like, he's a guy who is into hip hop, but he's into more than hip hop. So he's often, I think Bender's a good example from in Canada, where they're referencing very literate thing, like literature things, their music,
which aren't even within the hip hop. And actually, you know what? Another thing that I think hinders him. He resisted social media for a long time, which is huge. Like, just like people, like, you know what I mean? There's dudes that have like 200,000 tweets. They've tweeted 200,000 times, which blows my simple fucking mind. And he has like probably tweeted 0 times. You know what I mean? Like
he's been slightly more active. He's on there,
but it was like a long time that he just wasn't. And it's like if you hopped on like that wave a little bit earlier, it would have like probably meant better things for you. But it's like it's not what you wanted to do. So it's like, all right, cool. It's not I don't begrudge him. He's
Agent
incredible.
Dank on Twitter, by the way. Agent Dank. It's
like,
not even Reverse Live.
Yeah, you can't even find him. You know what I mean? And he wasn't even. He was in like a rock band or something, right? Like a punk
Gold
band.
Shards.
Right, there you go. And
I'm a fan.
Right?
I know my Reverse Live.
That's what I'm saying. And so it's like he didn't purposely put himself in that spotlight the way other people have. Mm-hmm. But that does. I mean, he's still fucking talented as hell. Yeah. But I mean, circle back to this event, man. I think that there's like a lot of people that are like, I don't know a lot about a Shot EP. I don't know a lot about a J Rel. You know what I mean? I don't know about a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna be pleasant. I mean, I did a little research, but again, like it's fucking hard to research, man. It's hard. Mm-hmm. Tough life I got, but I think that the way that it's constructed, and I don't know. Do you know a lot of the matchups?
I don't know any of the matchups.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know any of the matchups till like I asked a couple people today. Like I asked them like face to face. Do you want to know?
No,
I know you don't.
I need to be able to speculate on the pay-per-view.
I know two matchups outside of the ones that are announced. Maybe 3 if the one that BattleRap.com announced is factual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I don't even know a lot of matchups, which is a testament to King of the Dot.
We didn't announce it. We just reported that it had been leaked.
Well said. You know what I mean?
Don't want to twist things.
Yeah, I did. I'm sure that King of the Dot, and then weren't that happy about it. But you're a media outlet, all right? You have to report the news.
Yes.
But
we don't make the news. We just report the news.
Exactly. But I think that, and I felt like, did you get the sense that they were, like, organic scene a little downtrodden tonight?
I think, it's exhausting putting these things together.
Yeah.
I think that this is the most stressful moment when you're waiting for everybody to show up. You're like, we've put you said 5 months work into this.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now we're here and it's happening and we need to just this is, after 5 months of work, these are the most important 3 days.
Right. So it's not a catharsis yet. It's not like everything's out of your system yet. And and it's like, just from an emotional intelligence level, I'm just looking at the guy and it's like, man, he seems like he's kind of like tense. You know what I mean? So it's, but I mean, I think I'm excited about the card. I think that it's going to be like, I'm in the dark about it. Yep. You know what I mean? So I think that it's going to be, it has the potential to be everything that they want a Blackout to be.
Right. It's here's another metaphor for you. You know all about Schrodinger's cat.
Man, remind me.
So
it's been a while since I took a
it's
psych class.
it's I think a theoretical physics experiment.
That's even worse. My family's all physicists, though. My dad's a physicist. My sister's a physicist. My brother-in-law's a physicist.
And you're a failure.
It's called a black sheep. All right, there's a name for it.
Only thing black about you.
Yeah, buddy.
So
I was born with the Mongolian spot. More references.
What's that?
It's like
sounds offensive.
It's a birthmark on the ankle that traditionally like African Americans have or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
But I look too much like both of my parents for me to be wondering if the milkman was black. But I'm sorry, Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah. So Schrodinger's cat is a thought experiment, which has all sorts of far-reaching theoretical physics.
You say fur-reaching?
Ooh. You seen my interview with Iron Solomon where I keep making fur jokes?
Oh, man.
So awkward.
Hilarious.
I was like, I'm going to stop, and then I do like 3 more.
I wasn't ready for it.
So it's this idea that if you put a cat in a box with essentially a poison or something, when the box is covering what has happened inside the box, or what has happened inside of it.
You're doing well.
Look like a real asshole right now.
I'm with you.
Yeah, Schrodinger cat. I know everything about it. So you don't know if the cat has eaten the poison or not until you open the box and check to see if the cat is alive or dead.
Right.
So until you open the box, it exists in both states. So
this event could be terrible. This event could be amazing.
Great. Yeah. We need to open the box.
We don't know until Sunday when the dust has settled.
Yeah. I think it's quantum something.
Physics.
Quantum
QP,
physics.
baby.
Yeah.
Shout out QP.
You'd be like, oh yeah, Schrodinger's cat. Let me tell you about that.
I used to cook
in
about
rhyming
that.
verse. Cool. We'll end it there. This is your preview of the BattleRap.com and Rone show.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
It's good. It is good. And order the pay-per-view, obviously, tomorrow. He's going to be on there. He's going to be battling, and I'm sure you'll pop in and say hello to us. It'll be me and Dan. And, as soon as Dan passes out drunk.
That's when I get tagged in.
Putting the blackout to
blackout. I'm going to be sober tomorrow.
Good. We'll leave it there. Rone, baby, the
Cheers.
Prince. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks so much.